Thank you for being here. I'm Clarence Cox, the National Vice President for the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, NOBLE. And we're here for a very significant reason. You guys have done stories on the equipment that police or law enforcement wear, our body cameras, our tasers, our weapons, but very seldom do you report stories about our heart. And today, this is what this story is all about. Just this week, as we reviewed the incidents down in Louisiana and saw the tragic aftermath of a natural disaster, we thought that it would be very fitting for law enforcement to come together in an effort to provide some sort of relief. So it was an easy call when we reached out to our partners across the state for assistance in this endeavor. One of the first calls we made was to WSB Channel 2, and because they had performed efforts similar to this across the state before, we thought it would be very fitting that they partner with us, and it was an early yes. It was not a problem at all. We reached out with the Georgia Sheriff's Association and the Georgia Association of Chiefs of Police, which also have been involved in these type efforts before and have performed in a very seamless manner and provided aid. So today we're very happy to have this assembly of men and women of law enforcement for the state of Georgia, because as often you hear from our great leader, Nathan Deal, the governor, we're all one Georgia. And that is going to be shown by the outpour of support from the agencies represented today. I'll start first by thanking Mayor Kasim Reed, City of Atlanta, and his staff for allowing us to assemble here at the Civic Center parking lot to do collections on Saturday and Sunday. And with that, we're proud to have standing next to me Deputy Chief Rodney Bryant, who is also a Noble National member. He's the Sergeant of Arms for Noble in our national capacity. Also here today is Mr. Terry Norris, who represents the Georgia Sheriff's Association, and my good friend Sheriff Butch Conway with Gwinnett County, who also brought a contingency of men and women from Gwinnett County to assist in this. Chief Billy Grogan, the president of the Georgia Chiefs of Police Association and the Dunwoody Chief of Police. Ms. Shockley, who is a nonprofit partner who operates the Caring for Others. Chris Stewart, L. Chris Stewart, and his firm, the Stewart, C. and Felton Law Group, which is a unique partnership in that Chris's law firm has also been asked to represent the Alton Sterling family down in Louisiana, where some of the unrest started early on this year. Ed Kroll, the Georgia Motor Trucking Association, who has graciously solicited trucking companies across Georgia to participate in this effort, and trucks and trailers were donated to help us to transport these goods down to Louisiana. Director Vernon Keenan from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and his staff, we certainly appreciate that. We also assembled with the Georgia State Patrol. Captain Niki Renfro is representing that agency today, who is also a Noble member. So thanks to Colonel Mark McDonough and that staff. And something very significant about this operation, we've received support from Chick-fil-A. And as most of you know, Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays, but Chick-fil-A has agreed to supply food for our volunteers Saturday and Sunday. So we think that's a significant undertaking as we go into this event. The logistics of this is that we anticipate collection of goods for our friends and family down in the Louisiana area over the weekend, starting at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning to end at 6 p.m. on Saturday, and to resume again on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. and to end again by 6. And we will travel to Louisiana midweek next week with the goods after we've sorted them out and prepared for our transportation to that area. We are soliciting donations from our corporate partners as well as the citizens of this great state. We've seen how Georgians can come together before, and we're very hopeful that that will occur again during this operation. So, folks, this is our convoy for care, and we really would love for your participation. And the next voice you'll hear will be that of Terry Norris from the Georgia Sheriff's Association, followed by Sheriff Butch Conway and Billy Grogan and others here. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Terry Norris. I'm Executive Director of the Georgia Sheriff's Association, and awfully proud to be here today. Thank you to Noble and the Chiefs Association and these other groups, Channel 2. This event obviously could not have occurred. A lot of people don't realize it, but I think some do. And that is, when we get up every day, every person that's in law enforcement, no matter what the uniform looks like, we get up to help people. And this is another example of our trying to help. We don't know many of the folks out in the Louisiana, southern part of Louisiana area, but we do know them at the same time because they're our people, they're our communities. And we're more than pleased, Clarence, for this opportunity to help Tim, Channel 2, and everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and to the public, there couldn't be a more worthy cause this weekend. I hope you all come out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Billy Grogan. I'm the police chief in Dunwoody and president of the Georgia Association of Chiefs of Police. One thing that goes unseen sometimes is that how law enforcement in Georgia work together on a daily basis. And so when we're trying to combat crime and disorder in our communities, we work together, whether you're with a police department, a sheriff's office, a state agency. So this is a visible example of that partnership that we have on a daily basis carried out in the public. And so we're asking for folks to come and contribute to this worthy cause. It's a great example of pulling law enforcement and the community together, and the Georgia Association of Chiefs of Police are proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim McVeigh, Vice President General Manager of WSB TV. I want to introduce Jocelyn Dorsey right over here. She's our Director of Public Affairs. Jocelyn does great work for us, gets things coordinated and activated, so thank you very much, Jocelyn, for working with the folks and getting the things going. Channel 2 WSB TV is really proud to join forces with the Georgia law enforcement agencies here and the others that Clarence has mentioned to rally around the Baton Rouge community and all the tremendous needs that they have there. Together, as we know, we're going to make a big difference. We're going to make a big difference, and it's going to be great, and it certainly is needed. We're going to get the word out. We're going to get it out on the air. We'll get it out on the websites, on the apps, on social media. And we know that the great people of Georgia and Atlanta are going to respond and come and fill up these trucks and get the needs down there, get all these products and products that the folks need down there, and they need them quick. So thanks to the Georgia Motor Trucking Association and all of you folks here. We're just honored and proud to partner with you. Now we're counting on everybody to come down and let's stuff the trucks.
Good afternoon. Captain Niki Renfro, Georgia State Patrol. On behalf of the men and women of the Georgia State Patrol, we are excited about partnering in this endeavor. We could not, my partners and I could not sit idly by and just continue to watch these images on the news of people in despair in those flood zone areas. It's about caring, it's about compassion that goes well beyond the badge that I wear on my shirt. It's just about doing the right thing. It's just as simple as that. And so to the people of Baton Rouge, to Louisiana, I need for you to know that help is on the way from the great state of Georgia.
I think that will conclude our press conference. Again, thank you for being here and help us to get this word out, because it's obviously a great need for those folks who are less fortunate than we are. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you all.
Good work, everybody. Thanks, everybody.